Hey, Max, I'm Folkswell Drinkage. Is it convincing enough? All right. We have some confrontations to make.
It's you again. What is it?
Hey, Titus, there's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs some help. And, also my partner stole my... What's that, Copper? You want us to help out little old ladies now? You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Lieutenant looks Titus in the eye. Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction. Yeah, we'll send somebody out. Who is it? Wait, it's the pigs, isn't it? Yup, her. He pushes up his cap. God, poor lady. Don't worry, we'll handle this. I think she's got some family left in Quran or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints. Hey, wasn't Everett's B team looking for her the other day? Eugene interjects. They said something about her, I don't know, finding something? My voice for Eugene is gone. Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. Titus gives him a beer salute and turns to you. She have something of yours, pig? Nope, nothing of mine. Never. I was never missing anything. Nope. Well, whatever then, Copper. Titus chugs his beer down and wipes his mouth. No, they totally said what it was. What was it? Does anybody remember? Elaine. Aha. The tattooed man scratches his head with his knuckles. I don't remember. I was fucking drunk. Let me know if you figure it out back there. Now, anything else we can help you with? What's her name? Her real name. He takes off his cap and scratches his head. Okay, Titus is one of those people where at his age, you already kind of know he's probably losing his hair, but when he takes his hat off and you see it for the first time, just how bald he is, you're probably surprised. No? Nobody else gets that feeling? Just me? All right, fine. Fine! Didn't want to relate to you audience people anyway. Auntie LaPlante? We always called her something LaPlante? Marianne, amigo, he says, pouring himself another drink. See, that's why I've had the wrong voice for him the whole time. He's Musca, which is totally not Hispaniola. And I have been voicing him like the tight-lipped English dude in a turtleneck. I don't know. All right, Marianne LaPlante. Yeah. Anything else you wanted to know? Who was she? Was? Like before? Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come home to visit, never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. He swirls his beer. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still. How'd she get like this? Get wanting to be a cop, you mean? Yeah, like you. Like me? You heard me, Titus. What are you folks in this neighborhood? Look, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Marianne. Shit, I don't actually know. Hey, boys, anybody know why she started acting like a pig? No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be the pig? Sorry, cop. Boring cop. Apocalypse. You know what? Let's get a little weird. Maybe somebody wanted to set the world right before it ends. Ever think of that? No. Sorry. No, I didn't. Now, how? No, I didn't. Because I'm not fucking stupid, Polizonte. Yeah, cop, that's some pretty fucking weird shit to say. That's the pigs level weird. But, whatever gets you through the day. Yeah, maybe it does. Where'd she get all her cop gear? Dunno. She lives out by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach. Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at the night. She bought it, collected it. Oh, man! I wish I had more esprit de corps right now because you get a flashback of exactly that happening. Excess police badges, goods, whatever manufactured, and them just saying, well, what if we dump it? I mean, it's not like anybody's going to find it. All right, thanks for helping us out with this one, Titus. No problemo, cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinet. Ain't that right, boys? Sure enough. Yeah, we're the real heroes on these streets. I want to talk about the hanging again. Again? Just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan. And a burst of laughter in the room. The little guy is the loudest. Good one, Titus. No more questions. I just found a bullet in the man's head. A bullet, you say? That's mighty curious. Indeed, mighty. How did it get there? The lieutenant is fixed on Titus. He gives you an indulgent look. Well, there are so many bullets in the world and so many heads. I mean, I guess it's only logical. At some point, one of them bullets had to end up in one of them heads. It's bound to happen again, you know. He taps on his right temple. Just statistically speaking, of course. I'm going to ask you again. Unroll the plastic baggie dramatically. Why was this in the victim's head? This is the thing that's going to make it more real. Wave the evidence at them. Wow. The little man leans in to inspect the leaden blossom. He's got it in a real evidence bag and all. Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened. I think the hanging was a cover-up for the shooting. You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid. He raises one finger. And his brain grew around the bullet. Around the bullet, man. That's a good one. Did you guys shoot him? Shit, I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk. Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. The little guy looks you in the eye. Better hope he stays sober. No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him? Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time. Alright, we'll figure this out sooner or later. Never been worried in my life, lawman. He crosses his hairy arms, having forgotten his beer for a moment. It's not like you blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in the case somewhere. Yeah, let's talk about... Oh, I guess that would have been another way to get into that. I talked to Klasia about the tape, and he tenses immediately. Chest tightens, jaw set. Ready for another blow, right in the pride, huh? Huh, Titus? And nothing. She stands by what she said. That fucking fucker. He stares at his beer for 2 seconds intently. Then turns to you. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. Look, it was dark stuff, Titus, but it didn't prove anything, and it didn't change your mind. Dark? Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. He said he'd... He shakes his head in disbelief. What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo? I'm not saying the last thing. I'm not saying... We're gonna go with number 2. It did not come as a surprise to her, Titus, and she definitely wasn't scared. Yes, in fact, the lieutenant looks at you, then him. I think she thought it was a little funny. Are you surprised we didn't take that approach, Kim? Funny? Titus mumbles, his lips barely moving. No good goddamn psycho whore. Seemed like they wanted to give Klasia a second chance to play along. She still didn't. All right! He slams his giant fist on the doorframe. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking... Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus. Her voice is a little softer than earlier. Titus rubs his chin with his palm as if trying to grind it smooth. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman? Physical instrument has some bad opinions about women. I think you had a lie planned, but she didn't play along. I asked for your opinion, not a bedtime story. Tell it to your grandma. No, Titus, we both know it. This tape was the last chance for her to do what you had planned beforehand. But she didn't. She knows she can't lie to us. Unlike you. Why is that funny, Maxwell? No reason. Fantastic. So now you remember how to do your job. He despondently glances down at his beer. I'm so sick of this piss. We should get something harder in here. Yeah, guys. We should get a party going tonight. Why? Maybe not then. He looks at the old man in the corner. Success! They admitted to unlawful collaboration to derail the investigation. Ha ha! Well, Titus, maybe she isn't who you thought she was. Nah, I know her. He looks upstairs, distracted. She's just a girl in over her head. She's not some helpless girl, Titus. I mean, she handled him well enough. Handled him? He balks. She got into some stupid shit with that guy. Shit we had to take care of. Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than she was. Do we want to go back through that? What were other choices? Oh, it doesn't offer it. Titus, she's a hardcore party girl with a bigger death wish than mine. Yeah, he cracks his knuckles thoughtfully. You're right about that, Copper. She takes way too many drugs. Well, it's as they say. You can't do anything with an underdose, the Meska says with a philosophical look in his eyes. With an overdose, you can at least try to come off of it. Take a bath, do breathing exercises, get medical attention as necessary. With an underdose, you're just you. Any problems you have with reality are therefore entirely your own and will continue after the drug is gone. Yeah, but I mean, she has an actual drug problem. Not like you. Not like us. He glances at his beer. I don't think I've ever seen her sober. Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened? I already told you. He puts his giant face in his hands and sighs. We fucking hanged him. The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash. He can't keep track of all the variables anymore. Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. He taps on his notebook. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just... You know what? He gets closer. I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said fuck off! He throws his beer can down. This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits. That lying scamp... We're done. This is over, you understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah. There's a silence in the room. Elaine starts saying something, then thinks best not to. On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it. What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. Bartender! Excuse me, I am not a... I don't care! 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union. Why don't we make it 40, huh? Garth shouts from behind the counter. Why don't we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough. 100 beers, now we're talking. Glenn livens up. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager. Oh, the windows might be opening. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be. I did push Titus on the tape, which is our only minus here. We have a lot of pluses. That's 72. Do I have a way to get more rhetoric? I think I've got it all on. The bum hat lowers it. And I think that's the only thing we have that affects it. Unless one of the glasses, no. Yeah. And we have nothing changing it right now. Or I guess the other way to check that would be here. Yeah. Hey, wait. +2, huh? Yeah, great. Working as intended. Thanks, game. I went well out of my way to get that. And it's not doing jack and or squat. All right, fine.
It's you again. What is it?
Titus? Convince Titus? He's being manipulated? You should know by now, Titus Hardy will never falter. But you know who might. One of his boys will. Fat Angus. The powerful guy, Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Klaasje. It's about these men and Martinet. Their district, their responsibility. Outside, under the rising sun, tattered and in ruins, the windows of the cafeteria aglow with her morning light. All right, that's it. Case closed. We're going home, Kim. Huh? Kim raises his brow. He'll get it. Go on. Write it down, Kim. In Martinet. They'll just kill you because they don't like you. Got it. He takes out his notebook. Kill you because they don't like you. All because of some chick. A wince. It's involuntary. Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report. The man's fists are under the table and balled up. You can tell from his neck and shoulders. He means it. Yes, I understand. Alan, that's your name, right? Alan? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the wild north. He scratches in his notebook. They'll just hang you, shoot you, whatever. They can't even they can't even remember. It wasn't that. We didn't shoot him. That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the... Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up. The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm. Firearm, a Glace 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either one is small enough for you to have missed in your visual search. He's on to you. He knows what you're trying to do, Kim. Lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod. What does that mean? Nope. Nope, don't look at Theo. Theo has the vibes that he used to run this crowd. And they still listen to him. And he still has a lot of weight. No, or what? Or what, Angus? You're gonna kill me like you killed him? For no fucking reason? We didn't kill him! We didn't even hang him! He was dead when... Shut up, Angus! Ah, he was dead before you hanged him? Fatty. The little guy hits Angus on the back of the head. A loud slap. Say one more thing to the cops and I'll... Dennis! Stand down or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control. Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control. But, let them have their moment. The room falls quiet. So quiet you can hear Angus wheeze. And the background music in the distance, but only in the right speaker. Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying. I left it at home. I can't get it, I'm too fucked. I'm sorry. Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Lizzie snaps at him. Now it's all pointless because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you to just give her up. Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard. Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast. She walks off without looking back. You're in. He's all yours. Kim, we did it. Lieutenant gives you a smile only you can see. Hey, I am sorry I made you guys fight. Yeah, me too, Copper. So he was already dead. Yeah. You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death, the bullet in his head. Yeah. Why? 'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit. Did she kill him? Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. So what happened Sunday night? Klasia came down. She seemed real out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed, gurning, not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew somebody had died. How'd you know? I've done this job for 10 years, Copper. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse. Good analogy, boss. You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus. Titus turns back to you. That's okay with the fat man still wheezing back there. Haha, see, I called that one. He couldn't speak if he wanted to. All right. What happened then? Yeah, we went upstairs. Sure as day, the merc was dead. And there was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and fucking bottles everywhere. Tibbs patched the window and the corpse we hanged. Who's Tibbs? Nah, Tibbs is my brother. He's not the 8th Hardy. I mean, he is a Hardy, but he's not a Hardy, He's in the window replacement business. So if Klasia didn't kill him, why the cover-up? You may have noticed she's in some shit of her own. What kind of shit are we talking about, Titus? The can't show up on police radar shit. There are people after her. From the old world where she came from. I'm gonna play dumb here. Who are they, Titus? They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your system, she'd be ghosted away. And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder. Why would I? I don't know. I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinet thing. All right. Let's talk, Titus. Who killed him? You got any leads that you haven't told us? Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere, so that's a clue. What are you thinking? I'm thinking someone's past caught up with him. I don't know if it's hers or his. Hers? You mean? I mean the people after Klasia. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her. Yeah, I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself. And you had ideas about his past too? I do. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood probably. Or it could have been someone else from Cornell. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you. Whose idea was it to hang her anyway? Hers? In a manner of speaking. What do you mean? We had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him. And I liked it for political reasons. Sent a good message. It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker, the missing 8th Hardy. He steps toward you. Fella, you think too much. Ease off, all right? You're gonna hurt your head. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her anyway. It's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus. We're We're Hardy Boys, and that's it. All right, fine, but can you tell me anything about this affiliate? Name? Current location? Current hair color? Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Classio who want to talk to. Thank you, Titus. I'm going to talk to her. For the last time. You do that. He grabs his beer and swirls it, then thinks of something. Hey, cop. Before you go. Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column. Clausia came to Martinet to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection, but you would still prefer if we didn't take her away. That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would be just a couple of ruins and some cargo containers. We will take that into account. The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. Autosave indeed.
It's you again. What is it?
Scan the room. We've already done this. I was hoping. Guitar pick. All right, we're good. Man, if I would have realized how much Titus voice I was going to be doing, why did I think it wasn't going to be? There's nothing here anymore, is there? There's not. And Kim is still not fond of these stairs. Couldn't imagine why. It's probably my fault, like everything else. Hey, do we have any other thoughts about this yet? Nope. I guess we've got to have that through another approach first. Clausia.
It's always good to see you.
What? Oh, that damage. Okay. That counts?
It's always good to see you.
Holy heck! How did I never notice that with volition and endurance? That's a legendary check, and I have no pluses, though. And I have no gear that influences that. And I have no pure Holodon anymore. Because game logic. The Hardy Boys told us what really happened. I understand. She puts her coffee mug on the table. Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight. You sent us on a runaround. I know. She looks down for a moment, hiding her eyes behind her bangs. Bangs. Bangs! Bangs! Oh, but no, they might be giants right now. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. For all this. For wasting your time. Why did you waste our time, then? Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into. That's not a good enough reason, Clausia. You're right. There's more. More? You answer to the coalition government. And by extension, the moral intern. She reaches for a new cigarette, briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay into the horizon, gray and pale violet in the morning light. What lies beyond it? The pale, the Mundi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old, old world. Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern? Mm-hmm. You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. Is this part of why Oranje is a bad memory for you? I have people after me, and they have friends in the moral intern. Some are moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they'll find me. They will... What happens if they do? They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me. Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her. What did you do to have these people after you? It's not nice, but not illegal, not here in Revachol or even in Oranje. What exactly did you do? Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. And I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again, with a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting. I need the names of the companies involved, and who hired you. The job was Lusduin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Luscap conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. As for who hired me to do the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Luscap and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. Yeah, you have a burn notice or something. Luscap. Oh, these people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Eyerberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products. That's a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into. It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite, ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting? She shakes her head at the thought. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. I just want to point out that she seems to believe that we should take the word of a professional industrial espionage artist at face value. That's and what Kim said earlier, mixing the truth in to get better reactions to your lies. As a player, that is absolutely what we are thinking. Now, our dear detective down there, Harry, my boy! I don't know how that's going to go. What happened here? The night he died. We were there. She points to the window. The silhouette of the bed is visible. Together. In bed, I mean. Tell me exactly what happened. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open, dumb. I could see... A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it. I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me. Then what happened? He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor there. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, and then I ran downstairs. There's a long pause. She just stands there, arms at her sides. I waited for the second shot to come, for me. I thought there would be one. It never came. She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails. Clausia, your cigarette. Oh. She looks at it and quickly tosses the butt aside. I'm sorry this happened to you. So am I. She immediately proceeds to light another one. What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible. 11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight. Oh, 23:30 to 0:15. Detective, that is not helpful. That's okay. Were you inebriated? Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking. Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual. Titus said you looked pretty high. Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines just to clear my head. Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset. Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this? No. What did you do then? Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room. Downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there. What happened after you ran downstairs? Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong. Ruby? Yeah, who is Ruby? Ruby. You know, the leader. The leader? Of what? The Hardy Boys. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys. Nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen. Like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer. Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy? Sure, why not? Okay, let's go on. What then? Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, takes care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright. To mislead you, they were tampering with the body to produce lividity marching and hanging. Yes, we completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. Was this about 20 minutes after death? About 20, yeah. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what it does. She looks at the ground and raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do? Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do, make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. What did you do while they were hanging him? Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while, that we should lay low or something. So I did. Where's Ruby now? I don't know. I haven't seen her since. We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys. Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later. Hey, when it happened, did you hear the gunshot? When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding. The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot. Could the people after you have killed him? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. And I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone, so they wouldn't be hurt. I'll come to understand, though, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me. Either way, something to consider. We can't go after Luxap, not yet. There are other, saner leads. I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there. Why'd you call the cops if you're in hiding? Because I'm an idiot. The answer comes fast, which is an indicator of truth. Idiot, she's nothing of the sort. So you would have us believe, but you're not an idiot. You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he just kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little ginger fucker threw stones at him. Her jaw is clenched, her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time. He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Revachol. She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible. Yeah, drama, you know what we say about absolutes. I'm not saying that you're wrong. When was the window changed? Last week? Angus and Titus's brother? I think he's called Tibbs. Took care of it? She takes a drag. You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. In her bedroom? Yeah. You see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eyes. I'm not going to ask if she killed him. I don't believe that that's true. It doesn't mean she's necessarily clean in all this, but she didn't. I don't think she killed him. I think we're done here. She nods silently. She doesn't even smoke, despite her animation. She just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. The lieutenant glances at you, then at the door. He's thinking, are we done here? Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. She lied to you. And she's a flight risk. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. Multi-face, I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up with force if you want to keep pushing her. I want to, but I don't think I can make that roll right now. And my cigarettes wore off. Let's return to this later. What have you got? As you look back, you think. So love did do him in after all. Yeah, I was right. If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate. It killed him. No, communism killed him, remember? Love made it possible. You know this much. What is communism in this? You do not know. A wind of needles. Airships flutter in the stratosphere. How do I know all this? Who knows? It's getting cold out. You should go. Let's not weird her out.
Yes?
Do we have anything new here? Nope. Still nothing. All right. Bye. But that is enough for an episode. So, we will see each other very soon. Till then, folks. Thanks for coming along for this ride.